to INFX 542, Fall 2009. I'd like to walk you through the process of beginning the course and preparing for the first week's worth of work. Your first and really big decision is to choose which track to be in. There's a less technical option in the course and a more technical option in the course. The real big differences, and I think the key to choosing which one you want, is the pace of the class, the amount of technical ability that's assumed before coming into the class, and the sort of how far you want to be able to get with the material in one quarter. The less technical option, and by the way, it is less technical, not non-technical, and what my students tell me is, even though it's the less technical of the two options, it's still quite demanding, and if you don't have a technology background, still quite a bit of a stretch. So I wouldn't want you to think that the less technical option is atechnical, while the more technical option is technical. It's more like they're both technical options. One just goes further, faster, and more intensely into the technology, and one stays a little back from that. The two things to think about in deciding which option you want to pursue: one is your knowledge of HTML. If you want to pursue the more technical option, you should have a really pretty solid understanding of HTML. That'll really help you get started early in the quarter, and that'll carry you through quite a bit if you know HTML fairly well. If you don't know HTML fairly well, then I would assume you're going to be looking for the less technical option. Everyone who takes the class, I'm assuming, has some exposure to HTML, but in the less technical option, it's not assumed that you already know a lot about it, and we do a little bit of review on HTML, whereas in the more technical option, we start with the idea that you already know HTML very well, and you can move forward from there. The second thing to think about is your experience with programming. There's no programming required in either of the options, no classical programming. But you'll see one of the things that we get into, called XML transforms, begin to look quite a bit like programming. And furthermore, the entire process of constructing XML documents and validating them and transforming them is a very programmery kind of thing to do. And so if you aren't familiar with any kind of programming, and I guess what I would say is, if you've never had a class in programming and you haven't completed any programming projects, then you'd probably be better off in the less technical option. And the more technical option would be for people who do have some programming experience, maybe have taken a class or two, maybe have completed some sort of programming projects in their lives, and just are interested. And I think this is the other aspect of it. It's half of it is what experience you have, but the other half is what interest do you have. If you're seriously interested in getting deeply into the subject, obviously eventually this more technical option is the place you need to go. So I want you to consider, as well as your past experience, your desire and how much you want to stretch with this course. So that's it in a nutshell. You can go to our course system to get started. That's winhost.ischool.washington.edu/coursebook, COURSEBOOK, one word. And if you go there, you'll be able to log in as a guest to either the to either option of the class, the less technical option or the more technical option, and just look around. All the content for the course is not yet in the system, so but you'll be able to. So you won't be able to see in depth what the difference between the options are, but I think you'll be able to see pretty clearly the difference in scope and the difference in schedule. And you can just assume that the assignments on the technical side are going to require a more sophisticated approach to logic and tagging, and will have some notions of programming constructs in them. So you can log in as a guest to either one, play around in there, take a look at the stuff, decide which way to go. When you're ready to get started, either in one track or the other, please don't enroll in both tracks. You don't need to do that. You really only need to go in as a guest. And when it comes time to begin work, then you enroll. And so let's imagine that you choose the less technical option, and you click the enroll button. Now, enrollment is for a limited time. Just the first week or so of the course, I'll have that enrollment button enabled, and then everyone will be enrolled. obviously I don't know which option you want, so I can't enroll you automatically, and I'd like you to be able to come in here and just get started. So that's why there's an automatic enrollment. Okay, so you enter your last name, and let's say I'm going to be George Jones here. You enter your email address. Please, if you're a UW student, use your UW address, and that would be gj@u. And now choose a username. The username would be best probably for everyone if you just chose a name that was like George Jones. And now we know who you are, but you're welcome to choose whatever username you want. This is the name that other people in the class, when they see your name, which they may never see your name, but if you respond to a help request, for example, they'll see your name and your picture. And this is the name they'll see. It also helps me when I'm looking through all the user accounts to know which user account goes with which user. So you know, unless you have a particular problem with using your name, why don't you just go ahead and use this format. So I'm going to be George Jones, and I'm going to have a password of 4Gs. I'd request that you don't use a password that's sensitive. There should be no reason why anybody could break into the system, but I'm not guaranteeing that there won't be any hackers here. So don't use a password that you really care about. Choose one that would just be good for this class, and that if it ever got compromised, you wouldn't really it wouldn't hurt you very much. Okay, choose an image. This is the image that's going to be associated with you when other people see you, if they see you. Again, they would only see you if you choose to participate. And hopefully, yeah. I'm just going to choose a random image here. It'd be good if you use an image of your face so that I can associate you with the image. Also, remember that image is going to be downloaded a lot, so don't choose a multiple megabyte image. Choose just a small image, and then you hit the enroll button, and away you go. You should now be an official member of the class. You'll get the schedule of the option that you decided to participate in. You'll see that you see a schedule here of the course. You can begin using the course, and that's it. When you're done, you can log out, or you can just wait to be timed out, and then the next time you log in, choose the login button instead. Type in your username and your password, and you'll be in the course. Okay,